another one because I don't know. I might end up combining them all. Who knows? But anyways, yeah, I went to stay with my aunt for like a couple of days, and then I ended up moving with my mom to Kansas, and that's when I first moved into Topeka, Kansas. I was 18, and my aunt tried to get me to stay with her, but I was like, no, I'm gonna go with my mom because like I was always kept from my mom a lot for her circumstances, and little do I know, it just is like probably better that way. I don't know. Nobody. So I don't know. I just like. So even as an adult, I would like follow my mom where she would move, except for when I was with my first husband when I moved away. But yeah, I'll get to that. But anyways, and then I took a bus to Kansas, and so then I lived with my mom. And then I was like, I called my friends and said goodbye, you know, and then like the superintendent of my old school called and was like, you sure you don't want me to send your transcripts so you can continue, you're almost done with school? And I was like, no, I really need to focus on my mental health and just be done with school. Which, yeah, I was almost done. I could have just kept going, but I couldn't do it. So I got there and got a job, and it was in November, and so I got there and got a job, and then like I had my own place in May, which I was like almost 19, and yeah, then I was 19, I met my first husband, and so that was fun. I think he was also a narcissist. He like tripped me, basically, like love bombed me, and that's why I fell in love with him. You know, I wasn't looking for anybody, I was just, you know. Oh, at first, the reason why I have these scars is the person I lost, the first person I ever slept with. He was a terrible person too. Like, he would make me keep going in the middle of sleeping together, even though it hurt, and I would beg him to stop, and he would be like, nope, you have to keep going till the guy's done. And so like that's when I started self-harming more, and that's why I got these, and yeah, so that, and then I dated another guy after that my mom worked with his mom, and because me and my mom worked at the same motel, and he was okay, but he just had been through so much crap with his baby mama, so like we didn't last. He didn't really let me in. And then there was a couple more guys, and they weren't very much to talk about. Like, wasn't really abusive or anything. It didn't last or anything. It was like no longer than a month or two with them, you know. But like when I first slept with the first guy, I didn't know anything about hygiene and menstrual cycles, and so like I first slept with him when I was heavy on my menstrual cycle, and I didn't know anything about clean up or anything. I got a really bad infection for that, and like my mom thought it was an STD, and then I went to and so I was like, after dealing with the pain for a while, like, and then like I needed stitches in my shoulders, I freaked out one of my friends that I worked with, because I was like, you gotta make a tourniquet, because like I made a mess in the bathroom. And when my mom picked me up, because like she kind of just like distanced herself after I moved out. She's like, didn't really give me rides or anything. I think her ex was like making her do that. I don't know, maybe it was just, I don't know, I kind of needed that in a way so that I could figure myself out, but at the same time there's support, but I don't know. Anyway, she took me to the hospital, and I ended up, you know, of course, taking the pills and then getting the shots in my hips. And the doctor was like a cute doctor, I guess. And I thought he was cute, I guess, but like I wasn't even thinking. Mom's like, there's a cute guy for you, a cute doctor for you. I'm like, oh yeah, Mom, he's really gonna want me because for what I'm here for. Also, like the nurse that stitched me up was really nice. She told me that her daughter struggled with that, and like she was really nice, and she gave me the choice, which I was like so scared because I was used to being thrown in inpatient places without my consent because I wasn't an adult yet, but I'm an adult. So she was like, do you want to go in inpatient? I was like, no. That shit traumatized me, like, no. But yeah, then later that summer I met my first husband. He was 17 and I was 19, and like his church had came here for a tent revival thing. I don't know, like it was like they bring a tent and they go traveling places, and then they have their church services and stuff like all week. And I don't know, that's how I met him. He was staying at the motel I worked at. I cleaned his room and I was like giggling about the stuff that his family was joking around with him about, picking on him jokingly. And then he like came out and followed me and was like asking me all these questions, like, do you have a boyfriend, blah blah blah, like, and this eventually was like love bombed me to where I fell in love within like 3 days. And that was bumpy because like I never loved anybody before that. I like to say that if you love a narcissist, I don't know, like to me, I'm like, those are just trauma bonds because I no longer love them. Shut up. My cat's being a dick to the other one.